Unit 3, Technology Use. In this unit, we will discuss acceptable use policies of the tangischools system. We will also take a look at a resource tool for developing an AUP, or accepted use policy. We will see how tangischools AUP addresses network etiquette or net etiquette, fair use, acceptable use, and how they address cyberbullying and the repercussions of failing to comply with the accepted use policy. So in order to ensure a safe, healthy, and ethical technology use, the Tangi School District has developed an acceptable use policy. The AUP set out to make all technology users aware of the responsibilities that they are about to assume. Responsibilities include appropriate, efficient, ethical, and legal utilization of network resources. All users of school board computers, hardware, and district network shall abide by all policies of the school board and any acceptable administrative regulations and procedures. The AU also addresses net equity, fair use, defines acceptable use, stresses the importance of safe practices. And I'm going to go to that now. Follow the link. It defines acceptable use as technology resources in our school system shall only be used to support teaching and learning. It highlights how that this is a privilege, and as it being a privilege, that can be taken away. It goes on to list specifics of usage and policy. It highlights the security elements and how violating that security and looking in to trying to bypass their filters and firewalls, how that is forbidden, and that could be suspension of privilege or suspension of school if you're a student. And we talked about net equity, net etiquette. Talks about how you are to communicate electronically, whether it be email or other electronic devices. Copyright laws. So that covers illegal installations, downloads, copies, shares of copyright software for the use in district computers is prohibited. Transmission of any material in violation of any United States and state regulation is prohibited. This includes, but is not limited to, copyrighted software, music, videos, and other materials protected by trade institutions. Vandalism outlined here, and talking about digital hardware and software. So consequences of misuse. According to Tangible Parish School Board Policy Manual, school principals shall discipline any user who accesses, sends, receives, or configures electronically any profane, threatening, bullying, intimidating, harassing, and pornographic, and any other obscene languages or pictures. The use of off-campus resources include web pages, social networks, and sites, and etc. Violation of the Code of Conduct applies to any user of a technology resource. Honesty, integrity, respect for the rights of others shall be evident in all time. And these are some additional resources. This is, again, the link to the student and educator IST standards and how the accepted use practices apply. This is a link to a pretty decent resource if you were going to have to develop an AUP or to better understand an AUP. Now, net etiquette for the classroom, because it's important to remember that even though we're communicating digitally and maybe even in an online classroom, but it's still a classroom, and those same things that you would do in a face-to-face classroom are things that you would want to do in an online classroom. This video here kind of highlights things that you would want to teach students about, being safe and responsible. Again, students, younger and younger every year, have a tendency to know how to use a technology, but they lack an understanding or knowledge of what a safe, responsible use would be. So after you've completed this unit, you can go to the task section and you can complete the corresponding quiz and reflection. After that, you can go to the discussion section to complete your collaborative assignment. And remember, on all three of those, you can come back and use these links.